will tell me when is the dipole said to be in unstable equilibrium when it is kept in uniform electric field? For what orientation the dipole is said to be in unstable equilibrium? Yes? Anybody? For what orientation of dipole it will be in unstable?
Theta equals to 180 degree.
Yes, for theta equal to 180 degree, the dipole will be in unstable equilibrium when kept in uniform electric field. Now, who will tell me what will happen when a dipole is kept in non-uniform electric field? What will happen? Mansi, would you like to tell? Mansi? In addition to torque that rotates it, there is a translatory force also acting on the dipole when it is kept in non-uniform electric field that causes it to move linearly also. So dipole will have both linear and rotatory motions when it is kept in non-uniform electric field. This is the answer to the question. Okay? So I made you understand by taking some example also. Okay, so let us move ahead further. Next topic is Gauss's theorem. We are going to do Gauss's theorem, but before that we need to know a very important term, electric flux. So let us define electric flux. Electric flux. It is denoted by symbol phi and it is the product of electric field and area. Basically, electric flux is defined as the number of electric lines of force passing through certain area in perpendicular direction. So write down the definition of electric flux. It's denoted by symbol phi. We did a little bit in 10th standard when we defined magnetic flux. It is similar to magnetic flux. So this is electric flux. We are obviously talking about electric field in place of magnetic field here. Okay, so write down the definition. Electric flux refers to the number of electric lines of force. Electric flux means number of electric lines of force passing through certain area in perpendicular direction. Passing through certain area in perpendicular direction. Okay, that is called electric flux. So basically this is electric field into surface area. This is symbol for area. So what could be its unit? Unit of electric field क्या है? वो भी हमने पहले शायद discuss नहीं किया था. Electric field is force per unit charge. So Newton per coulomb is the unit of electric field intensity. Let's put it here. Newton per coulomb. Area is having unit meter square. So the unit of flux is Newton meter square per coulomb. Note it down, the SI unit of electric flux will be Newton meter square per coulomb. And obviously it's a scalar quantity. It's a scalar quantity. Now we are going to define a new term, area vector. अभी तक हम area को scalar लेते आए हैं, but now we are going to define area vector that will be very helpful in case of Gaussian surfaces. ठीक है? Let us define area vector separately. Area vector is ds vector. Okay, this is magnitude of area into the unit vector, into the normal. Okay, what is the direction of area vector? It is along normal to a surface. Okay, suppose we are having a surface, normal to the surface is this, and this is also the direction of area vector. So note down, area vector always acts normal to the surface of a body. Okay, the direction of area vector is always perpendicular to a surface. Okay, so if small areas are involved, how we will represent this flux? अगर वो body एक पूरी complete नहीं है, हम elements ले रहे हैं, so we can write the area vector as E dot ds over whole surface. ठीक है, आप अगर डी फाई को लिखो ई डी एस, ठीक है, और इंटीग्रेट कर दो तो ये फाई टोटल आ जाएगी, दैट विल बी इंटेग्रल ई डॉट डी एस, एंड दिस इज सरफेस इंटेग्रल बिकॉज डी एस इज इन्वॉल्व हियर ना, दिस इज सरफेस इंटेग्रल। अगर हम सिंगल इंटेग्रल डाल देते हैं तो वो लाइन इंटेग्रल होता है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स डी एक्स डी वाई, तो लाइन इंटेग्रल होता है। दिस इज surface integral, so I have put a circle to indicate that it is valid to a closed loop, valid to a closed surface. तो ये सर्कल का मतलब है इंटेग्रल के ऊपर, इट इज फॉर अ क्लोज्ड सरफेस, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स व्हेन वी इंक्लूड एरिया वेक्टर, एंड नोट डाउन डायरेक्शन ऑफ एरिया वेक्टर इज दिस। सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस वी कैन हैव टू सब केसेस। केस 1, if angle between them is 0 degree, angle between what? E and ds, that means electric field is parallel to the area vector, parallel to the surface, or perpendicular. What will it mean? Who will tell me? Theta equal to 0 would mean that electric field is parallel to the surface or perpendicular to the surface. Yes, any idea about it?
Parallel.
Parallel.
Yeah, ma'am.
I am asking if theta
perpendicular, ma'am.
It is perpendicular because you note down theta is the angle. So theta 0 degree means electric field and area vector are parallel. Note down theta is the angle between electric field and area vector, and I told you that area vector is perpendicular to the surface. Electric field is also perpendicular to the surface, that means E and ds are in the same direction. So theta equal to 0 degree would mean that electric field is perpendicular to the surface. Please make this point. If flux में ये reverse होता है, theta 0 का मतलब है electric field perpendicular है. Understand this point. नहीं तो आप confuse हो जाओगे. It's very clear. Theta is angle between electric field and area vector, and area vector is always normal to the surface. So that means when theta is 0, electric field is perpendicular to the surface. ठीक है, so when it is perpendicular, let's put the value. How much is flux? That is integral E ds cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So electric flux is maximum in this case. So please note down, why did we mention perpendicular direction in the definition? That electric flux is the number of electric lines passing through certain area in perpendicular direction, because here flux is maximum only when electric field is perpendicular to the surface. तो flux इसी orientation में maximum होगी. For theta equal to 90 degree तो flux होगी नहीं. No contribution will be there, cos 90 0 होता है. तो इसलिए हमने अपनी definition में perpendicular direction इसलिए mention किए because number of lines will be maximum in this orientation. So it's compulsory to mention in our definition. नहीं तो 0 डिग्री वाला केस भी आ सकता है, 90 डिग्री वाला केस, उस केस में तो फ्लक्स की कंट्रीब्यूशन ही नहीं आती, फ्लक्स 0 होती है. So that should not be included in our definition. When flux is not there, we can't define it that way, right? So got this point? So if theta is 0 degree, electric field is perpendicular to the surface, in that orientation flux is maximum. ठीक है, now let's take up the second case. Second case, when theta is 90 degree, that means electric field and area vector are perpendicular to each other, that means electric field is parallel to the surface. ठीक है, एरिया वेक्टर तो परपेंडिकुलर ही है, अगर इन दोनों में 90 डिग्री का एंगल है, दैट मींस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड मस्ट बी पैरेलल टू द सरफेस. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड मस्ट बी पैरेलल टू द सरफेस. तो नाउ लेट्स कैलकुलेट द फ्लक्स इंटीग्रल E ds cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So no flux, no lines pass in this orientation. ठीक है, so when electric line is parallel to the surface, then no electric lines pass through it. If you remember, हमने ये property की थी electric lines की भी, कि electric field is always, electric line of force is always perpendicular to the surface of conductor, because otherwise if electric line is parallel और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज पैरेलल, मतलब वही है, तो चार्जेस would start flowing along the electric line of force, and since we are dealing with electrostatics, we can't take the charges in motion. Okay, so they should be at rest. We are to take electric field in such an orientation where the charges will be at rest. They are not tending to move. They are not allowed to move. So I hope this concept of flux is clear to you. To do Gauss's theorem, this concept was compulsory for you to know. इसको हम आगे use करेंगे. अगर ये basics clear है, तभी आपको वो भी समझ आए. Yes, any doubts? Any doubts up to here? You can ask. Clear है बच्चे? ये एक पॉइंट आप साथ.
केस सेकंड बता दो एक बार.
किसका? केस 2.
केस सेकंड बता दो. यस.
सेकंड केस देखो, थीटा 90 डिग्री है. थीटा 90 डिग्री मतलब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एंड एरिया वेक्टर के बीच में एंगल 90 डिग्री है. ठीक है. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज परपेंडिकुलर टू एरिया वेक्टर. एरिया वेक्टर तो हमेशा नॉर्मल रहेगा सरफेस के. तो अगर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इसके परपेंडिकुलर होना चाहिए तो वो पैरेलल होगा सरफेस के. सो थीटा 90 डिग्री वुड मीन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज पैरेलल टू द सरफेस. इट इज परपेंडिकुलर टू एरिया वेक्टर, बट हम सरफेस से देख रहे हैं, सरफेस के पैरेलल है. ठीक है. तो पुट थीटा नाउ 90 डिग्री हियर, cos 90 is 0. So no flux, no electric line of force passes when electric field is parallel to the surface. तब contribution of electric flux 0 हो जाती है. तो इसीलिए definition में हम ये वाली orientation जो है वो नहीं ले सकते. When electric field is parallel to the surface, हम तब हमारी flux ही 0 होती है. So that's why we have mentioned flux is the number of electric lines passing through certain area in perpendicular direction.
ओके मैम. नया इंटीग्रेशन का सिंबल कौन सा है ये वाला?
कौन सा?
कौन सा नया इंटीग्रेशन सिंबल
है? बता रही हूँ. दिस इज इंटीग्रल और ये ओवर अ क्लोज्ड सरफेस. सरफेस क्लोज्ड होना चाहिए, उसके लिए हम सर्कल डाल देते हैं. ठीक है. और जब हमारा सरफेस इंटीग्रल होता है, इंटीग्रल ds, तो उसके लिए या तो हम ये सरफेस डाल के यहाँ पे s लिख देते हैं, और वी कैन ऑल्सो राइट लाइक दिस, डबल लाइंस भी डाल देते हैं, डबल इंटीग्रल भी डाल देते हैं इफ द इंटीग्रल इज टेकन ओवर एन एरिया. वॉल्यूम के लिए हम ट्रिपल इंटीग्रल डाल देते हैं. दैट इंडिकेट्स दैट वॉल्यूम इज बीइंग टेकन ओवर अ थर्ड डायमेंशनल वॉल्यूम, 3 डायमेंशनल वॉल्यूम. ठीक है. क्लियर है? ये सिंबॉलिक प्रेजेंटेशन. ओके, नाउ लेट अस डिफाइन अ गॉसियन सरफेस. Before doing Gauss's theorem, we need to know what is a Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface. It's a surface at every point of which electric field remains constant and perpendicular. लिख लीजिए definition. It's a surface at every point of which, it's a surface at every point of which electric field remains constant and perpendicular. At every point of which electric field remains constant and perpendicular. हर point पे, Gaussian surface के हर point पे electric field एक तो constant होगा और perpendicular to that point on the surface होगा. ठीक है. Now there are 3 advantages of taking a Gaussian surface. एक Gaussian surface को लेने के लिए 3 advantages हो सकती हैं. लिखिए first advantage. First advantage, since electric field is constant, it can be taken out of integral. अभी हम Gauss's theorem का प्रूव करेंगे ना, आपको ये तीनों एडवांटेजेस उसमें क्लियर हो जाएंगे. So since electric field is constant according to the definition, we can take it out of integral. This makes our calculations very easy. ठीक है. Second thing is, since the area is known, the calculations again become very easy. नॉन एरिया होता है तो हम उसको पुट कर देते हैं, हमारी कैलकुलेशन बहुत ही सिंपल हो जाती है. थर्ड थिंग इज, तो ये एरिया नॉन कैसे होता है? लाइक गॉसियन सरफेस is always spherical or planar or cylindrical, and we know what is the area of a sphere, what is the area of a cylinder. तो वो सब हमें पहले से नोन होता है, एरिया नोन होता है. थर्ड एडवांटेज इज, थीटा हमेशा 0 डिग्री रहेगा. whenever we will be applying Gauss's theorem, हम ऐसा सरफेस चूज करते हैं जिसमें एंगल बिटवीन E एंड DS हमेशा 0 डिग्री रहेगा. So cos 0 is 1. This will be the simplest possible value of angle. So that further makes our calculation very, very easy. So these are 3 advantages of Gaussian surface. अभी हम इसको apply करते हैं, आपको clear हो जाए. ठीक है? So whenever you keep this thing in mind, whenever we'll apply Gauss's theorem, we will take E and ds parallel. Electric field and area vector हम हमेशा parallel लेंगे so that theta is 0 degree. ठीक है? चलिए, let us define Gauss's theorem now. Very, very important article. Gauss's theorem. Gauss's theorem. Gauss's theorem states that the surface integral of electric field over a closed path is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed. ये पहले स्टेटमेंट आप फॉर्मूला लिख लो, उसको वर्ड्स में स्टेट कर देते हैं. ये फॉर्मूला है गॉसेस थ्योरम का. इंटीग्रल E डॉट ds इज q बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट. एप्सिलॉन नॉट क्या है? एब्सोल्यूट परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस, आपको पता है. तो मैं देखिए इसको कैसे वर्ड्स में स्टेट कर रही हूँ. The surface integral of electric field over a closed path is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. या फिर आप ऐसे भी कह सकते हो, ये देखिए क्या है, इंटीग्रल E डॉट ds अभी क्या है. इन द प्रीवियस आर्टिकल वी डिस्कस दिस इज इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स. तो आप इसको ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो, टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स ओवर अ क्लोज्ड पाथ is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed. So these are two ways in which you can write the statement of Gauss's theorem. Okay, so write down the statement of Gauss's theorem. Formula लिखिए, बस उसको words में बोल दीजिए, nothing to cram about. Write down. The surface integral of electric field. Write down. The surface integral of electric field over a closed path. Over a closed path is 1 over epsilon naught times 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed. Is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. Enclosed by the surface. ठीक है, ये बन गई इसकी स्टेटमेंट. राइट. सो लेट अस नाउ प्रूव गॉसेस थ्योरम. सो योर क्वेश्चन विल बी स्टेट एंड प्रूव गॉसेस थ्योरम. सो लेट अस प्रूव इट. तो प्रूफ के लिए अब हम पहले तो वी विल हैव अ चार्ज हियर kept at certain point O. Kept at certain point O. So due to point charge, what will be the shape of Gaussian surface? It will be spherical. For example, एक बल्ब है, आप नाइट टाइम पे उसको देख रहे हो दूर से, तो you see a sphere of light around it. You can think of that sphere as the Gaussian surface. So for a point charge, हर जो disturbance है आप देख सकते हो कि वो इस point पे पहुंचेगी. उन points को आप join करो तो it will be a sphere. अगर आप एक ट्यूब लाइट को देखो दूर से तो आपको उसके अराउंड एक सिलेंडर नजर आएगा. So for a line charge, just like a tube light, आप कैसा Gaussian surface assume करोगे? Cylindrical surface assume करोगे. Right now we are talking about a point charge, so the Gaussian surface we have taken to be spherical. Let us take one point on the Gaussian surface now. So we are taking a point P here at a distance r from the center, and let us take the area here. ये एरिया है उस पॉइंट का, एलिमेंट का. तो हाउ कैन यू ड्रॉ एरिया वेक्टर? एरिया वेक्टर इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द पॉइंट. अकॉर्डिंग टू द डेफिनेशन, एरिया वेक्टर इज ऑलवेज परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस. तो ये होगी डायरेक्शन एरिया वेक्टर की. एंड सिंस दिस इज गॉसियन सरफेस, अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर डेफिनेशन आल्सो, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल आल्सो बी परपेंडिकुलर टू द पॉइंट. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल आल्सो बी इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. So I told you na, in case of Gaussian surface, we'll be drawing the surface in such a way that E and ds will always be in the same direction so that theta is 0 degree. तो आप देखिए कि जब भी आपने गॉसेस थ्योरम अप्लाई करनी है E और ds सेम डायरेक्शन में आने चाहिए, तभी आप अप्लाई करोगे. So is the diagram clear to you? Always when you prove Gauss's theorem or when you apply Gauss's theorem somewhere, आपको E और ds की डायरेक्शन मार्क करके दिखानी है. राइट, देख लीजिए. हैव अ लुक एट दिस. यस स्टूडेंट्स, हैव अ लुक. यहां तक कोई डाउट है तो पूछ सकते हो. यस, एनी डाउट्स? ओके, सो लेट अस प्रूव इट नाउ. हाँ जी,
नो मैम.
okay, so let us take left hand side. Let us start from left hand side. So left hand side is integral E dot ds. Let us open it now. That is E ds cos theta, and how much is theta here? We have taken theta 0 degree. This was our first one advantage of taking Gaussian surface, that angle will be 0 degree. तो देखिए cos 0 क्या हो गया, 1, वो eliminate हो गया. कितनी सिंपल होगी हमारी कैलकुलेशन. Had it been any other angle, हमें इसकी वैल्यू भी कुछ करनी पड़ती, उसको भी कंसीडर करना पड़ता, कैलकुलेशन कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाती. ठीक है. Now since electric field is constant, we can take it out of the integral. So this was second advantage of our Gaussian surface, that since electric field is constant, we can take it out of integral. अगर ये कोई फंक्शन होता उसका, हमें उसको सॉल्व करना पड़ता, इंटीग्रेट करना पड़ता, कैलकुलेशन कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाती. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज, मैं यहाँ लिख रही हूँ. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, हाउ कैन यू राइट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एट P point due to this point charge? What is the formula for electric field at a point at a distance r due to point charge q? कौन बताएगा? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी का फॉर्मूला क्या है बच्चे? अब तक
1 by 4 pi q upon r square.
Yes, k q by r square. So let us put it here. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी का फॉर्मूला है k q by r square, और k is 1/4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. So let us put it here. E is 1/4 pi epsilon naught q by r square integral ds. ठीक है, ये हमने E की वैल्यू पुट कर दी. Now what is the area? What is the area of this sphere? Integral ds means whole area of Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface is a sphere. So how much is the area of this sphere?
4 pi r square.
4 pi r square. So let us put it. This is known area. This was third advantage of taking Gaussian surface. That area would be known. So it becomes very, very easy to deal with it. 4 pi gets cancelled. R square gets cancelled. We are left with q by epsilon naught, which is the right hand side. So we started from left hand side and we arrived at the right hand side. This is the proof of Gauss's theorem. Very simple proof of Gauss's theorem. So I hope the statement is clear to you and the proof is also clear to you. So have a look at the whole proof once. देख लीजिए अगर कोई डाउट है. कल मैंने आपसे स्टेटमेंट सुनी है इसकी. Got this? And students, once, okay. So now we are going to do applications of Gauss's theorem. Applications of Gauss's theorem are also very, very important. Okay, we are doing chapter 2. This Gauss's theorem and all this is also a part of chapter 2. Electric field हम कर रहे हैं ना, उसी का ही part है. Right? So let us do first application of Gauss's theorem. To find electric field intensity at a point due to infinite line charge. This is our first application. Applications of Gauss's theorem. So first application is to find electric field intensity at a point due to an infinite line charge. Due to an infinite line charge. ठीक है. So let us take up an infinite line charge over which charge is distributed. Q charge is distributed over this entire length L. ठीक है. It is distributed over entire length L. We want to find electric field intensity at a point P. Okay, we want to find electric field intensity at a point P, which is at a distance R from the line charge. So as I told you, line charge is equivalent to a tube light. So at all the points, electric fields that will be constant and perpendicular can be drawn like this. जैसे कि point charge में constant and perpendicular electric fields could be drawn like this. तो वो उनको जब हमने ज्वाइन किया तो शेप ऑफ गॉसियन सरफेस वाज अ स्फीयर. यहाँ पे कैसा होगा? दिस वे वी कैन जॉइन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड परपेंडिकुलर, एंड व्हेन वी जॉइन वी गेट अ सिलेंड्रिकल गॉसियन सरफेस. So the Gaussian surface is a cylindrical Gaussian surface for a line charge, infinite line charge. ये पता लग गया आपको पॉइंट चार्ज के लिए कैसे Gaussian surface हम spherical लेते हैं, and for a line charge why do we take it cylindrical? Because electric field should be perpendicular at each and every point according to our definition. The surface must be such that electric field is constant and perpendicular at each point of the surface. ठीक है.